The game of the week in week number 3 in the British Columbia Football Conference, featuring the Langley Rams and the Vancouver Island Raiders. And the head coach of the Rams joining me now, Matt Snoop Blokker. And Coach, before we get to everything that week 3 entails for you and your football team, let's look back on week 2. A sound victory, a seemingly strong performance against Valley. What did you see from your group from week 1 into week 2, the progression and how they sort of grew as you guys worked towards that win against Chilliwack?
Well, obviously I thought we executed a little bit better in all 3 phases. And, just having that game under our belt, it really gives you an opportunity to spend that whole week. As you know, Dahmer, really, now you got real film and in game action. And I thought that was a big difference. And, and overall,
I love you, Coach Snoop.
I thought, our intensity level, once again, I thought we came with, some intensity and match, our intensity level against the Rebels the week before. And that's one thing we just got to continue to grow is making sure we're matching intensity level. And I just thought we did a really good job last week at it. And I thought also defensively, we did a really good job. And, every time they had an opportunity, down our end to score, we made plays against it, and we really fought tough in our own end. And I like seeing that.
Did Valley do anything that stood out to you, that surprised you? I mean, coming off their week 1 win, I think a lot of people were saying, oh boy, hey, they could go out and beat Langley here. What did you see from them and that group as they continue to grow?
Well, like I said before, I really thought, like, when you watch the film, with the Raiders and the Huskers, it kind of was 2 different halves completely, right? And, they just got some really good momentum in that second half against the Raiders there. And they made some big plays. And we focused, on their big play guy. And we tried to challenge that quarterback to put the ball somewhere else instead. And I think that worked out really well for us. And then, we just did a better job, I thought, running routes and sitting in proper holes. And also we had an opportunity to practice against them, so we did know them a little bit, right? So I just thought our coaches did a good job, game plan-wise, and we executed. And we did what we needed to do. And most importantly, we finally got a win.
I'll put you on the spot a little bit. If you can pick one player, just one player from your team right now that has absolutely surprised you, has stood out, blown you away with the way they've played, when the bullets are flying. Could you do that?
Well, it's tough. I'll tell you right now, Dahmer, I ain't going to crown anybody on anything.
Only 2 weeks,
we had some performance and some efforts, but I go out and say that about anyone on this team right now. Next thing you know, they're going to be asking me to carry their helmet to practice or something, right? So I ain't crowning anybody yet, Dahmer.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, looking ahead, I mean, this is a huge week. There's no 2 ways around it. And I know that you're not a guy to make it about yourself. It's about the game and the players on the field. But let's be honest, it is about you a lot, too, coming back to Nanaimo, your first ever trip back to Caledonia Park, and your first ever trip into that place as a visiting coach. Try and just walk me through some of the emotions, some of the feelings that you have. I can only imagine. I mean, this date's probably been on your calendar for quite a bit.
Yeah, I think there's a few ways, I really looked at it. Well, one, all the players are gone that I ever coached. And for me, the guys that are coaching, are the guys that, coached for me or played for me when I was there with the Raiders. So, I think that's kind of neat. So, but it's just exciting for me to be able to go back there. And it does put some things in perspective for me. And I had some most amazing years of my life, as a coach there and as the Raiders head coach. And I'm really proud of all the things that were accomplished there in that program that I had an opportunity just to be part of. And I really think, we transcended the league a little bit, in the way we did things, when we started with the Raiders so for me to be back in Caledonia, and I think I'm the only coach in Canada that actually really likes Caledonia Park. Mind you, I haven't been booed and stuff thrown at me yet and cursed out yet. So I'm looking forward to that on Saturday. But it's going to be on a personal note for me. It's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to step on that field and the whistle blow. And I'm excited to see people. And it's kind of neat that it's going to be alumni there. So maybe have an opportunity to see some people I haven't seen in a long time, and enjoy the game. And obviously our job is to try to win and get 2 points, but I'm really going to enjoy the day, Dom, and that's one thing I'm not going to allow anybody or anything to take away from me.
I mean, yeah, you talk about being the only guy that might like Caledonia Park, and you're probably right about that. Will it be kind of weird taking that turn and going to that little visitor's hut there? I wouldn't even call it a dressing room, but the little hut at the end of the field. I mean, your whole routine's just got to be so foreign to you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, from what I hear now, it's luxury compared to what it used to be, Dahmer. So
compared to maybe, but I wouldn't call it luxury, man.
So I don't know. I think Hawk's might be kicking me off his side. I mean, I might walk right into his coach's room and line up on the wrong side of the field there a few times. But yeah, it's going to be a little different, And like I say, I'm just excited. I'm going to take it all in, and I'm going to enjoy it all. And like I said, I've got such incredible memories of being in Nanaimo and my opportunity while I was there, and I'm just going to enjoy the day and then do my best to prepare and bring a team in there that is going to represent the way that I believe football should be played and the way we should compete.
When you look at the film, when you see the Raiders, strong quarterback, strong running back, a couple of real veteran guys on defense as well, how do you attack this team and put yourself in the right spot to win?
Well, the toughest thing is, you watch the film in the last 2 games they played, and you really can't take a whole lot out of it. I mean, I don't take anything. The Husker film is chucked out because that doesn't resemble the Raiders in any which way, if you ask me. And then you watch the last game against Kamloops, and they just absolutely dominated it and didn't really need to do a whole lot, in that game as far as schemes and everything else, right? But I know what's going to happen is that we're going to play a team that's going to be, they're going to be sound, system-wise sound. They're going to line up in the right spots. They're going to, play the game the right way. And Hawk's going to do what he does, and they're going to come. They're going to bring it. They're going to, come every play at us physically, and we got to be prepared for that part first. So then, attacking-wise for us, we have to continue to do what we do well, and we got to give our quarterback some time to throw the ball, and we got to get the ball into our receivers' hands. There's no doubt about it. That's a big key for us offensively, and make some plays like that, challenge their DBs. That's who we are. I mean, talent-wise, and then defensively, number one, I feel we have to stop the run and make them have to throw the ball on second downs and contain their quarterback and make him stay in the pocket. And I just think every time he gets out of the pocket, I think he's a tough quarterback to contain. He can run, he can throw on the run. So we got to do our best to keep him in the pocket and pressure him that way. But, we got to have a run focus. There's no doubt about it. And that's what we're focusing on this week.
Coach, I appreciate your time. It's going to be really fun on Saturday. I'm looking forward to being a part of it and being there to call that game. And I can't wait. So enjoy the week, travel safe, and we'll see you at the park.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dahmer. Appreciate it, man. We'll see you on Saturday.